Okay, how we doing out there? First things first, my name's Bird. I am the creator of Supreme Ambient Rejection Technology Gain. Today we're going to do a demonstration. First, let me show you my projector first. We're going to do the demonstration using my Panasonic. I think this is 1500 lumens, and this projector has a 16,000 to 1 contrast. So I'll show you the model number, so you can go and look it up for yourself right there. All right, so this is a screen paint mix. It's just a couple of teaspoons of it's white with a couple of teaspoons of black and a little bit Christmas glitter. That's pretty much what it is. Just glitter, kind of silver glitter, whatever it is, to get that sparkling effect. And I'm going to show you making this mix downstairs and using other high performance gray screens in a demonstration that what you're actually really getting from your projector, even if your projector has a 16,000 to 1 contrast, which we're using here in the demonstration. So on a dark sky up in the mountains, and just want to give you an idea of what you are really actually looking at. No dark, no light out environment, nothing protecting the screen in any way whatsoever. Usually when demonstrations are done like this, we're using contrast levels, heavy contrast levels. These demonstrations are preferred to be done in the dark because it's the best way the screen is going to be able to pull up a contrast level. But not too far away from the screen, as you can see. With 1500 lumens, just do a couple of segments on contrast levels. Now, we all know these screens have the ability to be able to pull up lighter colors. One of the things I don't see a lot on these screens are contrast levels, because that's one thing the screen shies away from. Demonstrations, when we do our black screens, we do show off high white levels because it's very important for us to show that off. So I'm going to click through here real quick, and we're going to show off a couple of the demonstrations of the screen trying to produce a contrast level. And like I said, this is a simple mix I made downstairs. A couple teaspoons of black and just some white paint, and some glitter, decorating glitter, hobby glitter, whatever you guys call it. That's what it's mixed in there with. Some people put a couple of teaspoons of silver into it. There's all different ways that they make it. But all in all, at the bottom of the line, or whatever you put into it, it still reacts the same way. Can't produce a contrast level. Just doesn't have the ability to do so. This is why I explained to you, when you go to companies like Elite Screens, which is a good example, that their lower, bottom, or mid-level screens are either white or gray, and the more advanced, more expensive model screens are dark gray, as in the Dark Star 9, which is a $3,000 screen, compared to the Gray Cinema 5D, which is a $1,400 or $1,500 or maybe $1,300 projection screen. And then when you get down to the wider screens, the screens that develop, they make white screens, because I've had a few. As a matter of fact, this was a white screen before I coated it, a big screen. That screen for $160. That's it. Compared if this was a Dark Star 9, the screen being darker, it would have cost me a lot more money. All right, so we're just going to go through some scenery real quick. As I said before, it's going to produce good white levels, as these screens are designed to produce great white levels. But as we go through, let me just show you the difference, because one of the things that people gripe about when it comes to, not gripe about a lot, I'm not saying I gripe a lot, but one of the things that are suggested, that black screens, sorry if I'm walking away for a minute, just grab something real quick. Black screens don't have the capability of pulling a proper bright enough image, but our technology can do so. So let me grab some something on my feet. I wasn't expecting to be in front of the camera today, but I guess I'm gonna have to be in front of the camera. So I'll put something on, my sneakers or something on. Or just wear my little booties like to wear. Wear those. I'm gonna walk around barefooted. I walk around barefoot in my house, but not on camera. I ain't barefoot on camera. Little hospital booties. Okay, 1 or 2. Let me see. Let me get these in two. 1 or 2. Got 1. All right. Grab another one. I like to let that play for a little bit. people can stare at that, look at that, and see. You know, even if you bought a projector, say you bought that particular model because that projector has a very high contrast level, that it doesn't make a difference, you're still not going to be able to obtain contrast. I don't care if you calibrate your projector, whatever you feel that you have to do. All right. So let me go grab something else here, which I'm pretty much sure is probably nowhere to be found. Let me go over here and see if I have to go around and look for stuff that I don't have set out to do my demonstrations. Now, not only these demonstrations are shown on YouTube, as I explained before, we have several social media sites that we post these videos to, including Facebook. So that means it doesn't make a difference how many views I get in here watching. These videos are posted everywhere for everyone to see. So there we go. Because this is just documented live. That's pretty much what all these are for me. I mean, thank you for coming in and watching, but mainly everything that we do. That's what they're mainly designed for. Not for views, not for likes. To document the technology. That's it. So it doesn't make a difference if someone dislikes the video or if no one comes in and watches it. It's to document the demonstrations. So when we go in against companies that want to test or look at our technology, we can show them a live demonstration. They don't care about the likes. They don't care about how many people are viewing. They care about the performance of the technology, and that's it. So I just want to put it out there.
To be a great photographer,
all right.
there's one thing you need to understand.
We're going to get a few commercials in here, but we're just going to skip right through them. You're looking at the screen. You're thinking, okay, I go out and I buy this Panasonic projector, and you think that you're going to get the best contrast that you could possibly get from your screen because your projector has a 16,000 to 1 contrast. And as I said before, it doesn't make a difference. It doesn't fall on the projector. Most of when it comes to home theater setup falls on the screen. You're going to get, let's see, several dark screens, several gray screens. We're doing this on gray screens, so I'm going to get the dark screen. So we're going to get the Gray Cinema 5D, which is a good dark screen there. Here, sample sheet collection. Can't really do the dark stuff now because that's a darker screen. It's not going to work. Gray Cinema. Smart TV 1.3. That's all we had for lighter weight screens. Alright, so let me go get some gum so we can stick this to the screen or light gray screens up. I just don't want to do gray screen paint up there, have gray screen paint up there. You're going to say, well, you're just targeting people who do gray screen paint. We're not going to have that. But put everybody up there. We all can see it at the same time. So I can figure out where I put a big ball of vinyl material. Look at this. Perfect. All right. So I have chose out of my collection for gray screens. We are going to go with the Cinema Gray right there. This is also a certified screen by Elite Screens. Okay. You're going 3 right there, so you can see that. Another great screen. This is a screen I think a lot of people with on forum sites. The Cinema Gray 5D right there. Now, keep in mind the reason why we're pulling out these particular screens is because if I do just, I put scissors back in there. Yes, I did. If I do just gray screen paint mixes, then it really doesn't prove anything. Now, if someone say, well, Ken, the product you make is a screen paint. Yes, it is. but I test my product against high performance screens, so that's what makes mine different from everybody else's, and my demonstrations are unmatched. So that's the difference between what I do and what everybody else does. I can show my technology outside on 1,000 lumen projectors. I can show you on different forms of screens, which I have tons of samples here. I can show you just about everything. We asked for a video, I got it in my archives. That makes my stuff different from everybody else's. Unless they can basically beat any one of my challenges, and I've had put out quite a lot of challenges at 1100 lumen, it's never matched. Then it's all the same. All right, so we're gonna take the Gray Cinema 5D. We're gonna put that right here. All right, and then we are going to grab, let me see next. The problem you have here is that when it comes to a lot of the high performance screens, they test their products on other great white screens. You can't test your product on a white screen because the problem you have is that anything can beat a white screen. Anything can literally beat a white screen. Anything. Anything that's a couple of shades darker is going to be the white screen. It's going to produce better contrast against a white screen. All right. Then we have the Cinema Gray right here. I don't have any Crow Boys in today. Guess they got tired of it and then they left. We usually get those Crow Boys in there by now. Preaching about something. All right, so we have the Gray Cinema, we have the Gray Cinema 5D, and then we have the Timor AV 1.3, and then we have our screen paint mix that I simply made using, as I said before, a few 2 teaspoons of black with some white, a little bit of glitter, and a little teaspoon of silver. You can add a little silver in there if you want. Make that mix right there. But I told you it all reacts the same way. And this is a 16,000 to 1 contrast projector we're doing a dark mountain sky. You see no detail, nothing in the picture at all whatsoever. That's the information I was asking for. I was asking for anyone who claims to make a gray screen that can produce contrast to do a demonstration with other gray screens all together. It was never done. So I said I would do it for you if you don't do it. Or anybody. Not particular one person, anybody. Now my projector is a full 1080p projector. That's a full 1080p projector. Now someone says, well, it's not fair because you have all the lights on in the environment. Well, you just told me that the screen's not ambient light rejection, and in order for you to use that screen, you got to sit in the dark. That's what you just told me to anybody who makes that complaint.
There's a lot of people like me waiting. Some aren't as lucky.
So,
Go to work and have it all.
what are you really getting? So if you're complaining because there's too much light in the environment, then there's a problem there, because that means that you'll have to sit in the dark to use that screen. That's not good. So is it designed for dedicated setups? I don't think light gray screen should ever be used in a dedicated setup, because if you're in a dedicated setup, keep in mind you have everything in that environment dark, so it doesn't produce any light. You do know what happens if you hit a screen that actually is producing too much white light. You get that bright outburst of light that will push off on the walls and on the ceiling and every place. The screen is generating too much white light. It's supposed to absorb all the light in and leave nothing pushing out on the outside. You shouldn't see anything on those corners. It should be jet dark in that area. It should be black in that area, and that screen should be producing nothing but light, because then you run into that problem. And as we saw on the demonstration I did outside, using a 4300 lumen Sony projector on a white screen versus technology, that screen couldn't pull an image if it wanted to at 4300 lumens. It wasn't pulling an image. So the contrast does not pull out on any screens because there is no contrast. And without contrast, You don't get color pop. You don't get detail. You get nothing. Now, let's just say if you were to slide some black technology in there, just say, what would happen? Now what do you see? And that's transparent technology. You can see that chair on the other end? That's black transparent technology right there. You're seeing the white levels, you're seeing the detail in the forest. Even though there was a little gravel pebble road there, did you? Because you can't see it here and you can't see it there, but you can see it there. Look at the shine screen because there's no contrast. Now you're getting what you paid for out of your projector. The 16,000 to 1 contrast that you get from Panasonic. Now you're getting it because there's no point in paying for something because you're not getting it for free. That's an option on that projector, not an option, but that's something on the projector you are paying for. They add that in with the cost. They don't give that to you for free. So look how much of the image you can see. It's kind of like those, if you read comic books, you know, they use a lot of black in comic books, the detail to make the images pull out of the page. A lot of detail. Imagine if that was all done with gray and white. But as I explained to you and I showed you in demonstrations, when we did the black technology, we took our black technology, we put it against a gray cloth, and we put it against black house paint. And we were to produce a higher and brighter white level. So what falls when it comes to black technology, it has to be to produce a high enough white level, not only white level, multiple shades of white levels to be able to produce bright and beautiful images. If not, the image comes out muddy and dirty because the product is oversaturated with too much contrast. Where gray screens are the opposite. They have to be to produce a contrast level. They can produce bright levels. That's the problem you have. So many people saying, well, I'm getting such a beautiful bright image from it all day. I don't care how high power your projector is, you're still gonna sit in the dark. All right, let's go pull. Let's come out of here for a minute. We got this scenery here. Remember I told you I was very impressed by the Seymour AV 1.3. It produces one of the brightest images, white levels I've ever seen on a screen. Anybody who develops a light gray screen paint and has ever said they were able to match a Seymour AV 1.3 is a liar. Virtually impossible. I know the fellow Chris Seymour, or Seymour AV 1.3, and one of the things I love about their technology, that Seymour AV 1.3 is freaking amazing. It pulls up insane white levels. But like I said, I've never seen a gray screen match one of them. I'll show you why. See when I scroll down? See how bright is cinema gray compared to a gray screen. All right, so let's go up. Let's go find us another demonstration. Let's go pull up the goldfish. Pull our goldfish up real quick. Background in this demonstration is to be jet black. It is a black screensaver with the fish moving back and forth. And one of the things people don't see when you watch a demonstration, someone's displaying a gray screen paint. You have to look, the colors you're going to be zoned in on. You have to look at the contrast levels because every time. That's got to be my neighbor doing some yard work. Or he's at the golf course doing yard work. I don't know. All right. Let's get a little closer for you. See if Mr. Fishy will make himself. See the detail on that fish? Now watch it fade when it hits the other screen. You're not getting a brighter image, a washed out image. That's what you're getting. From gray screens and white screens, you're getting a washed out image. No detail, nothing. Doesn't make a difference how far you push your sharpness up on your projector. Some people say if you calibrate the projector, you'll get darker levels. No. You're just getting a washed out image. That's why the Dark Star 9, that's why Black Diamond, all these companies will have these darker screens. That's why they cost so much money. Because there's a difference between that technology and a gray and white screen. Okay, let's take out our screen. You can go back to the image. Some people are used to this image. You think this is bad. You ever seen what a gray screen looks like outside? You think the white screen looks horrible. The gray screen just has a tad, a little bit ability to be able to give you a little bit of contrast, but still same category. All right, let's pull up. Let's see. Let's go with. Oh, check this out. That is my. Oh, I finally got my Windows fixed. I found the operating system and loaded in the code. So there you go. But that is my wallpaper. An Audi, black Audi with a red background. Your colors also wash out and fade. You can't pick up red, can't pick up blue, can't even pick up gray. And your screen is literally gray. You can't pick up gray. Now you see the difference now in the car. Let's get up close. You can see the red background. You can see all the detail in the vehicle. You can even see the shine reflection off the floor. There you go. See, that's the one thing about our technology that makes it different from everybody else's. Is the fact that we have black technology that can pull a bright enough image where the image does not come up so dark that you can't see it. So now you get bright white levels and you get contrast at the same time. But I want you to look at that for a while, see what you're getting. Let me shut my window. Whoever had this house, they're doing it work at the golf course, so machines get kind of noisy out there. All right, so we'll come out of here on the menu, go back into where we're at, and let's go over to let's see. Sorry about that, it burped a bit. I don't know if you heard that or not. Put a little abstract art in there. I don't know what that's for, but we don't need that. So we'll put a little abstract art in there. We'll put some pretty blues in there. Have some people say that's why we did the demonstrations at night using contrast levels, because I've had had people come in and say, well, you know, I sit in the dark anyway, it doesn't make a difference because I'm still seeing contrast. I'm like, oh, no, you're not. You're not seeing contrast, you're seeing shades of gray. That's what you're seeing. And some people may look at this and think, oh, the picture looks incredible, it's beautiful, it's nice. No, it doesn't. You got a high performance projector, you're supposed to get what your projector is supposed to do. You're supposed to be to pick up a beautiful dark image that looks much like a TV. Let's show you what you're missing. That's what your image is supposed to look like. This is why when I go to forum sites, I see people, and I said this before, I see people with these amazing setups. And I see that gray and white screen or silver, and I go, oh, this is going to be bad. They turn on their projector, and they're showing off these demonstrations and everything, and I can see it. I can see all the weak points on their screen. I can see where they're cheating their projector, not even getting their projector's performance out of it. This is an uncalibrated projector. Let's get close up on it. You can see all the beautiful colors you're missing. And this is where calibrating came in. Keep in mind, I keep telling people about calibrating your projector. Calibrating projectors came out when these screens didn't exist, when white screens were all the rage. You had to calibrate your projector to get your colors to pop. That's why you had to calibrate your projector. That's old technology. I see people calibrating gray screens now. Why are you calibrating a gray screen? For what? You know the difference in the technology and projectors now compared to the technology and projectors way back when I was coming up? These things are absolutely incredible. Even the old 720p's are freaking amazing, but you can't see that because your screen does not have the capability of showing you what your projector can do. That's why they tell you, oh, you got to upgrade to this, and you got to get this and get that. And I've seen people upgrade and think they got a beautiful image because they have 4K, or they have 3,000 lumens or 4,000 lumens, and they really think they have a beautiful image. And I look at it and I go, ugh, you don't. You have no idea what you're missing from your projector. I can make a 720p projector look incredible, even if you have 4K. Like I told the fellow, and like I said, I stand by 100%. Go get yourself a 4K projector, hit it on a gray screen, and I'll get a 720p Christie, and I'll blow your screen, blow your image, your picture, everything clean out of the water with no problem. Now, if I took that 4K projector and hit my screen with the projector, doesn't make a difference if it's ultra short though, long though, whatever it may be. You're just not going to get that image. It's not going to be there. You have to have that contrast. It's very important. And even these big companies, like I said, these big companies realize it's all about contrast. That's why they charge you more money for these bigger, darker screens. They know all that. They realized all that. Can't get a dark Star 9 for the same price as a great Cinema 5D. You gotta pay a little more money for that screen. Let's go check out the universe. So we're going to get a look at the universe. This is the universe of deep space. This is outer space. As we know, outer space is jet black. When you look at the pictures of outer space, you don't see gray screens. You see a black sky, or whatever you want, atmosphere, whatever you want to call it. That star is supposed to be full of bright, vivid colors, but without a black technology behind it, you can't see anything at all. So let's show you what you're missing. There you go. Now you can see what you're missing. This is what you're supposed to be seeing. To show you what you are actually getting from your screen. There you go. Game, sports, movies, TV shows, all that involves contrast. Those of you that are big fans of Call of Duty, Modern Warfare, you name it, you know when you play those games, majority of those games are set. Dark environments, dark corridors, dark hallways. Can't see what you can't make out. I could play Modern Warfare in a night scene with the lights on, with no problem, and see every corner, every crack, every area where an enemy may be hiding at. I guarantee you, bar none, and mark my words, this demonstration you're seeing right now, anyone that has a screen of this caliber will not be able to duplicate and will not be able to say that I can pull a contrast level. They can't do it. The only way they can do this demonstration, they would have to be in the dark. Let's go over to, I like to do this demonstration quite a lot. Let's go to some, do the 4K fish. We all know we like to do that right there. 4K fish. Let's pull up some bright, beautiful fish. I look at a bright, beautiful fish. Run out of space on this thing right here. Right, very beginning.
Because they're made for us. With premium probiotic strains. Formula.
Here. All right, so we got some bright, beautiful fish on the screen. It's one of the things people rave about having gray screens. The colors are so bright, they're so vivid, they're so beautiful. I get a lot from people who say, I don't know about going near a black screen. Colors just seem like they're going to be too dark. So dark you can't even see the image, much like looking through mud. Okay, let's get that mouse out of the way. That's our black technology producing color next to a screen that is way beyond lighter than my screen. Let's get close. So as you can see, I have a much more darker and deeper blue. Look at the blues in the background. Look how yellow the fish are. So as you can see, you could make, that's what I'm saying. Some people want to make people believe that the image on a black screen with our technology is so dark you can't see anything. It's just clouded in darkness. You can see all the little things in the reef and the fish. Look how white the writing is. Let's move back here so we can see up close. You need contrast to make the color pop. As I said before, when it comes to our technology, and I explained this many times, that, oh, keep forgetting that this screen right here is front and rear technology. It's pretty cool, ain't it? Still working on it. We still got some more work to do with it. But anyway, that's one of the things that was brought up when we first started showing off black technology. We had a few people out there who wanted to make it believe that the screen was so dark that you couldn't see anything at all. The images were just so dark. You want to get dirty colors and dirty blues and reds and greens. It was going to be so dark you couldn't see it at all. And it's energy showing up the screen producing amazing white levels. When we had a black screen producing such insane white levels compared to any other black screen, then it was, a rumor started was, oh, well, maybe it's not black. Maybe actually it's gray. We were able to back that up, the screen's actually black. Because what some people fail to understand is the fact that if you go to Home Depot or Lowe's and say, hey, can I get a gallon of black paint? They're not going to give you a black gallon of black paint. They're going to say, what shade would you like? Because black comes in multiple shades, but it doesn't come in dark gray. Now, we have a dark gray screen. It's called the Platinum Eclipse. It's actually one of the darkest gray screens we've ever developed. But if you put it next to one of these screens right here, a black screen, it doesn't come up as, our screen doesn't come up gray, it comes up black. So we pretty much debunked that theory right there. So you're just going to have to accept the technology's capability. It's a black screen that can produce insane white levels, beautiful bright colors. And these screens right here could not hold a candle to it if they tried. Because they can produce bright colors to a certain degree, but they can't produce the contrast level. And the contrast is what makes the color pop. Watch the review on this particular projector I'm showing you. One of the things they brag about when it comes to this projector is the contrast, the high contrast level, giving the projector the ability to make colors pop and make the colors explode and to give you more deeper and darker details because it has a 16,000 to 1 contrast. That's what they talk about when it comes to this projector, the contrast capability. You'll never see the contrast capability if you don't have a screen to produce it. So this just also too puts to rest to some people that may think because they may have a high contrast level on their projector that they're actually seeing black when you're actually are not seeing black. You're seeing shades of gray. And I'm pretty sure you didn't pay all that money for a projector to see gray. All right, so, and this is the reason why I told you from the beginning how to make the mix I just made on here. Because it's no threat to me to show you how to make this stuff. Because I know what's going to happen when you hit this with your projector. You're just going to get a very nasty looking picture. All right, so let's go in. Come out of our color scene right here. We'll go into hitting, what color do we want to do? Let's see. Blue. All right, I think we all know where we're going with this right today. All right, so that is the color blue being displayed on a gray screen. This is why some people feel they need to calibrate their projectors because they don't have the ability to pull up a dark blue. So they think it's the projector's fault, or maybe you need some adjustments in contrast or brightness may fix the problem, or maybe just altogether they might just try to calibrate the projector. So let's see what happens if we take black technology and stick it up against it, see what happens. See if we get a darker blue. You know, right? You know what's interesting about this theory? As I told you before, that any gray screen is going to produce a higher white level than a black screen. But here's the thing, any white screen will produce a higher white level than any gray screen. I love how people go into the whole just gray screens. They go, oh, well, just gray screen produces higher white levels. Well, guess what? A white screen produces a higher white level than a gray screen. If you take a snowstorm and you put it against a white screen, it's going to come up bright white. But if you put it on any gray screen, it's going to come up a little bit darker because there's a little bit more contrast in there to see if they can make the colors pop a little better. See, people don't think about that. They just want to go after the black screen by saying, oh, no. The black screen produces. So no, there is a screen higher than yours when it comes to white level, and it's white. Because no screen can produce a higher white level than a white screen. Especially when it comes to black technology, there is no screen out there that can produce a higher black level than a black screen. So where does the gray screen fall into? These screens fall into the abyss of whatever. Now, our technology, we do develop a dark gray screen. But that screen's literally so dark gray, people think it's black. So that screen, when you look at it, it's gray. When you turn to side, they turn black. Try to figure that one out. That's a pretty tricky one right there altogether by itself. But anyway, 9s do that too. If you look at a 9 hit on, 9s look like a kind of a goldish mustard look to them. When you turn to the side, they turn black. Figure that one out. That's a little hard thing to get around. All right, anyway, so it has the ability to produce very dark levels, but also 2 white levels at the same time. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to switch it to a white scene because I like to do that to show you the white levels. Of course, keep in mind the gray screens are going to produce a higher white level. But as I showed you in our technology, it's not something that the screen's going to come up so dark. That's why I showed the fish, that you're basically, the image is going to become so dark that you can't even see the image. And that's the kind of picture some people try to paint, that the image is so dark, you can't see anything. All right, so let's go over this purple white scene. Come back here, move our beautiful blue. No calibration to get this blue. No calibration to get the blue. Turn your projector on and voila, you don't got here yet. So let's see what that one. That's a $50 projector too. I'm still waiting to get that one. Let's go with a white screen. So I'm going to be right here. I'm going to go with all white screen. There we are. Now, when I told you how I made the screen paint mix, crazy. White paint, 2 teaspoons of black, a teaspoon of silver, any kind of silver paint, and maybe I say a teaspoon of that hobby glitter. The reason why I'm telling you how to make this because I know you're going to mess your screen up using this stuff. Those of you that are thinking about trying that, go ahead, knock yourself out. But keep in mind, I'm not responsible if you crack your screen up. That's your choice. That's why we don't develop that stuff anymore. That is the ingredients to our Digital One Crystal screen paint. And the reason why I'm giving that out because I really don't care about that stuff because we don't make it anymore, and due to the fact that it's old tech. All right, so if you look at it, all the screens on here are gray. Cover this up for a minute. So our screens are gray, but certain screens are producing higher white levels. How is that possible? And they're all gray. Well, the Seymour AV 1.3 is silver, which has a, I forgot the gain on the screen, but I know it's much higher than the screen paint. There is a difference between when you start people talking about how they make their own mixes and stuff and their gain is so high. No. It's a difference. It's a big difference in other gray screens. This is why I said you need to see these demonstrations. They have to show you the difference between other gray screens and their products. There's a reason why. Because gray screen paint mixes don't produce a high enough gain. They wash out pretty fast. So this one has a 1.5 gain right there, 1.5. As you can see, this is the Cinema Gray 5D. So I said anybody who ever made gray screen paint and they're claiming that they're matching the screen, that's bull. This one has a, I don't know what the Seymour 1.0 gain right there. Now, I told you, when you watch these I don't know what the Seymour 1.3 is. When you watch these demonstrations, usually the demonstrations, when I see them, it's just somebody showing displaying a bunch of colors all over the screen. That's it. You got to break it down. You got to show the individual colors. You got to show contrast levels, white level, color levels. You got to break it down. You can't just come on here and show you a bunch of pretty colors in a poorly lit environment with a high power projector and go, wow, it looks gorgeous. Can't do that. That's why I show you blues and greens and reds, solid colors without any distraction at all. Then I'll show you contrast levels, no distraction at all. You have to be to see that. Now you see that when somebody says they make a gray mix, it's not the same as a high performance screen at all. If there's no real testing behind it. This is just paint I just slapped together, which is under a Digital One Crystal screen paint, which really doesn't have much testing. When we were doing Digital One, but the tests we do now and the technology we develop is brutal. And you've seen some of the tests we do on these screens, it's brutal. Come on, who the heck is going to be outside? Name any company that's outside with 1100 and 1000 lumen projector producing images on a black screen at 1,000 feet back. That's funny. Or 12 feet back. Name one company that did that demonstration and produced a beautiful image. No one's done that. We're the only ones that do crazy demonstrations like that. When they were talking about, oh, you couldn't use the Optima GT55 outside, I have a demonstration of getting a 140-inch screen off an Optima GT5500 outside at 7 o'clock in the evening and pulling up a 190-degree view angle. Name one company has done it. Not one. That's why it's easy to go toe-to-toe with these companies for us, because this is what we test our stuff against. When you don't do these demonstrations and you're testing your own stuff against your own stuff, that isn't really much of a challenge. As you can see, the white levels are far higher with these certified screens than it is with the screen paint mix. All right, so let's put our screen up there. Because you're like, come on, man. Put your screen up there. I want to see. Put our screen up there. There's our screen right there. Back away from that demonstration. I never do. I never back away. I want you to see this because I love that factor, that push. And you think, when I used to show this demonstration the first time I did it, I had somebody going, oh, okay, I see. Well, your screen's not going to pop. We're not going to see any bright colors enough. It's just not going to pop. Your screen's going to come out darker than these screens because these screens produce a higher white level. They're going to be to produce a higher red, a higher blue than your screen. You would think that, wouldn't you? But that's not going to happen. All right, so let's go. Oh, so we don't miss we don't miss anything. Because I want to make sure we do everything by the book here. There's no cutting corners here. We don't cut corners here. I do it all by the book. I do it all by the book. Let's come over here. Let's come back. Show you a little bit. Gotta do it all by the book. Can't cut corners. I'll come back every once in a while and go, you know what? I forgot something. There we go. Is that better? Much better, huh? Now you get to see this all against our screen all together, right? Because we're not cutting any corners. We're showing everything all in one hit. So you can all see it together. All right. So, no point going through that. Let's go back and blue. All right. So let's go in because you're expecting to see. Let's go to colors. Go to white. Let's go to red. Red and go blue. Blue, red and yellow. Red, yellow, blue. I don't know how many of y'all remember Captain Kangaroo. I remember Captain Kangaroo when I was a kid. Now you see that already? This is what I was trying. Good thing. It means it can be a very bad thing because the screen is producing so much of a white level. It doesn't have the ability to produce proper contrast. And because of that, the image comes out washed out. As you're seeing right here. You want to get a little closer and get close up on it so you can see it for yourself. There you go. A higher white level isn't always a good thing. So, let's see. Let's go into some good old-fashioned red. Come out here. Let's see. Red, nice. Not much better. I'm a little under the weather today. So much better. Some people don't care for these demonstrations at all. It bugs the daylights out of them. There we go. This is where calibrating your projector comes in because you can't produce proper color. This is why you have to calibrate. And even if you calibrate, it's still not going to do any good at all. You're going to go through all that work to calibrate it, and you're really not going to get still. Let's get close. There we go. See how beautiful that red looks? How gorgeous and deep red that looks. We got it on the cheap screen paint mix, which I made. There you go. It's not to be arrogant or show anything. It's just showing you what you're supposed to be seeing. This is what you're supposed to be seeing when you watch video demonstrations. I do my research. I watch everybody's demonstrations. Everybody. I watch your demonstrations. I look at your environments. How you doing? I look at your environments. I look how much the lighting. I look at everything. I pull apart your demonstrations. I want to see what level you stand on. Even with the big companies, Black Diamond, Screen Innovation, all those big companies. Oh, I pull apart your demonstrations. I watch your screens. I watch what caliber projectors you're using, how much ambient light you have in the environment. But in all these demonstrations, I see the same thing, the same colorful and camouflage colors that grace the side of the screen with these high power projectors and poorly lit environments. Environments that are all set up to make the screen look incredible. Put in some harsh environment. That's what I want to see. Make it a challenge. Do you have any idea what will happen in about 2 years from now? These companies have gotten so comfortable with doing these demonstrations where everything is all about cutting corners. When we, on the other hand, are basically designing technology on a level and putting them through rigorous testing, which you're supposed to go through. I have, and you think you've seen some of the stuff we have, you haven't seen anything yet. You haven't seen close to anything that we're working on. We got stuff that we're working on that will level half of these screens with no problem. Even on a 720p versus 4K, we can level your screen with no problem whatsoever. This is just the beginning of what we're working on. This is the stair step of what we are working on having our own fixed frame screen. And then at that, charging a price that everybody can afford. no $5,000, $4,000, $3,000 for a projection screen. It's a 100-inch screen. Why should it even cost that much? You should be paying somewhere for a top-end screen, because keep in mind it's hardware and all that stuff along with it. Let's say anywhere between $700 and $800. That's what you're paying for a screen. $5,000. The heck is that made on top of that? Then they make it out of this material, which, like I said, even with the gray screen paint mixes that I see up there, no demonstrations, no tests, nothing's really done right. They can't pull contracts at all. And if you want contrast, you'll pay for it. Just like when you get your projector and you got that 20,000 to 1 or 10,000 to 1 or 15,000 to 1 or 10,000 to 1. Whatever you have on your projector, you're going to pay for it. Yep. And you're not even going to be able to see it. All right, let's see. I get a little passionate about my work I do. I love what I do. I love what I do. This is why I put my time in to explain to you exactly what you should be seeing when you watch demonstrations. If you're going to basically tell me that this technology doesn't work. All right, let's go in and pull up the colors and all. I like doing the colors because I like to show that off, because, you know, some people think that they're really going to get those beautiful bright colors, and they're just not going to get them. Let's go over to, let's see if we get with a 16,000 to 1. Let's pull up the black level. As a matter of fact, better yet, let's pull up the Starfield. We're going to pull up the Starfield screensaver. Starfield. I suppose it's wrong. Forgive me. Starfield. I get it right. All right, I'm going to put the Starfield screensaver. One of the hardest demonstrations to pull up. Multiple times, never got it. I asked for a demonstration in a fully lit environment, multiple gray screens, and pull the Starfield demonstration. Starfield will show whether or not if you're getting contrast levels or not. It's about as point blank as you're going to get. So when you're sitting in a fully lit environment, as we're sitting here, as you can see, you should be able to see a black level, 100% black level. When you turn your TV on, your OLED, whatever you may have in your house, do you have to worry about going around and darkening your windows and turning down the lights and all that other nonsense, having an ambient light controlled environment because you have a TV? I gotta go through that. And they're saying, well, maybe I don't have enough power in my projector. Maybe if I go up to 43 or go up to 5,000 lumens. You don't want to do that, because the higher the lumens you go up, the higher you're going to whitewash your screen. All right, so if you look at the Starfield demonstration, we all know what's going to happen, so. On your screen. All right, so let's flex a little bit. Let's flex. Let's have some fun. We're going to flex a little bit. It would have been nice if I took the cursor and brought the screen down a little bit, because now I can't see what the cursor lands at. Let's bring this down a little bit. Maybe we can get a better shot there. All right, there we go. We'll go with that. Better I can see what I'm doing here. All right. Remember, I told you the white levels on the black technology are high enough where you're not going to miss it, okay? Let's go to, let me see. Shift. I love about lens shift. Here we go.
great taste without the waste. Brita, drink like you care.
Deep Pop. Is that right?
It's an internet rating.
He makes money.
Who cares? So there we can produce contrast, beautiful colors, and white levels all at the same time. Where is Sam Hooky Doo? Sam Hooky Doo. So now you see what you're getting from your white and gray screens compared to our technology. Look how beautiful those levels are. It's not going to be as bright. Never match the white levels of a gray screen, no. But it's not something like you're going to miss anything at all. Because a screen may not have the ability to produce a white level just as high as a gray screen or a white screen, but as I said before, it's not something you're going to miss. So the image is so dark you can't even see it. That's virtually impossible when it comes to our tech. Look at that. Now I can show you bright, beautiful images on here, and I can show you dark images on here, and the screen will produce all of it. No problem. Now I'm getting 100% of my projector. Look how beautiful the water cascades. And at all whatsoever. Because I can come here and show you live, detail by detail. I don't care, I like the Crow voice. I wish they'd come in more often so I can show them exactly how it's done. This is how you're supposed to see a demonstration. This is why we get the angry, we get the people that are upset that develop screen paint, because we push the bar a little too high. You're supposed to push the bar. You're supposed to challenge your technology. I deliberately put my technology through vigorous testing because I'm hoping that maybe I can make the screen fail. That sounds a little crazy, but if the screen is that good, say it fails in something, that's improvement I can add to the technology to make it better. That's when someone's asked me to do that demonstration on the Platinum Eclipse. On a 1,000 lumen projector at 25 feet back, 24 to 25, while the projector had 200 watt floodlights pointed directly at the projector to kill the lumen count before it made it out of the projector. 24, that's about 24 feet. 24 feet at 1,000 lumen portable projector traveled across all this light and made contact and produced an image on that screen. Now, if someone were to take my screen paint at 24 feet back and hit that with a 4,000 lumen projector, that'd be a cakewalk for that technology because it could do it at 1,000. And look how bright and beautiful the images are. And you can paint this in your home at 126 inches for $160 instead of spending $5,000 and $6,000 for a screen. You can buy old relic 720p projectors that are looking crazy, incredible on the technology, ultra short though compatible. No special screens to buy. If you want to take it outside, go ahead. It's fully weatherproof. Want to paint your motorized projection screen? Go ahead, because the formula is designed to bleed into the surface. Oh, and by the way, that's coated on plexiglass. Plexiglass. All right, these beautiful, beautiful images, beautiful flowers. Let's go with and this projector is at 1500 lumens. How white the snow doggy is. Or wolfie, or whatever it is. There you go. Now, interesting, when I showed the demonstration off against the other gray screens, and you saw how dark our white levels are. But now you look at our white levels here and they're bright. So how is that even possible? It should be darker. Yet we can produce color as bright as a gray screen easily. That's why I say it's like painting an OLED. Wait, let's pause it here. Then we can come out of all that. Oh, forgot my camera. Forgot to take you with me. So how realistic that looks. That's how much light's in the environment. Slime dripping down. There you go. 16,000 to 1 contrast. You won't see it. And as I always say, not to be bragging, comfort is good. You see how bright the commercials come up on Black Technology? Check this out.
Nicole, you look amazing.
Jenny Gray works. Take control of your health with our convenient.
Everywhere you see black on this screen, gray screen will not pick it up. Now all I can say is, you watch my demonstration, go back and find how many people will do the same. I'm going to show you different flat colors, blue, greens, red, whites levels. On our technology, no problem. I'll definitely show you white levels, because I want you to see those colors pop on that black technology. Then I'm going to take it and show you the screen solo by itself, showing off the white levels, that nothing changes on the screen. It doesn't basically take away from the image. Test it against certified screens. Even make my own cheap mix and tell you how to make it, because I have enough confidence knowing that anybody who makes that stuff is definitely going to wreck their screen. It all reacts the same way. Hold it right there. Hold it right there. Let's bring up. Mind you, as I told you, when you watch these demonstrations, anytime you watch OLED demonstrations, so you see how bright the colors are on our screen? Actual screen that is definitely brighter than our screen, a couple of shades brighter than our screen, and yet our image is still coming up nice and bright. It can pull the bright colors, can't pull contrast, but we can pull nice bright colors. See the details on that pedal? All the little individual details, can't see it there. Where the detail in the pedals. Just because you got a brighter image, that doesn't mean anything. It means the screen's washed out. That's what you're looking at, a washed out image. Explain to y'all. My customers know. My customers know because they have my technology. They know what they're getting. They can see exactly how much they were missing from their projector. Look at the shine on those cherries. Some projects real quick. So as I told you already before, that I'm working on a canopy projection screen setup for outside, which is going to be insane. I just got finished building the stand today. So that's the stand that I built for my projector, so it can sit straight up and hit the screen over top of the canopy screen. So see how the sun gets out there, how it gets nice and toasty out there? And I was thinking as I was laying down, I was thinking, you know, it'd be nice if I can put a canopy out here. But more than that, I want to be able to watch a movie off of it while I'm laying down on the sofa, or maybe watch some of the stars or some atmosphere, abstract art, something like that. And I want the screen coming over here, and I want to be able to watch a screen there at the same time, 2 screens at the same time. So that's where the idea popped into my head a couple of days ago, and I started building on it. So already got the latches already attached here and here. It's about 10 feet from here to here, and about 12 feet going out to hit the edge of the deck right there. So the screen's going to come, well, I'm not going to worry about this. It's going to cover here, and it's going to cover here. Now I want to show you. These are my custom built posts that I built for actually attaching the screen on the other side. They have to be 3 feet high, so I got enough clearage to walk around. And over here, I got my metal brackets. Oops, sorry, I took my camera to the side. I got my metal brackets already set up to attach it in. I'm just waiting for my heavies to come in. I got these heavies that are coming in. They're going to lock right there so it doesn't move back and forth. And on the other end, I got my latches. So I can just latch it in place. And what I'm going to be coating, I'm going to be coating micro mesh. So the same micro mesh you see there is the same micro mesh I'm going to be coating, and that's going to allow me to watch my screen up top. That is going to look absolutely amazing. I can't wait. And I got the whole thing all set up right here and good to go. All right, with that being said, I'm out of here. I keep forgetting this screen is front and rear. It's a front and rear projection screen. You never get used to these things. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video demonstration. I'm going to get out of here, get myself something to eat, sit down and relax. I got to go. We're just showing you exactly that. Doesn't make a difference what kind of projector you got or how good your contrast levels on your projector. You just can't, and yes, these screens are guilty. You just can't get that that contrast level. It's just not going to be there for you. And as you see, get the best of both worlds when it comes to our technology. Let me come over here real quick and go back to turn the air conditioner. I'm burning up in here. Yeah, showing up our contrast levels right here. We should go for the deep dark Sony contrast demonstration. That thing is like super dark. But we'll use this one right now. Just gonna sign off on this real quick. Let's just scoot this over. Get my camera here because I want you to be able to see this. Let's get you up close. This on over with a 16,000 to 1 contrast level. There we go. Get that right in place like so. And there you go. Now I'll put the specifications of my projector in this description so you can actually see for yourself what the contrast rating on this projector is, and you can see exactly what you're getting. Because most people get these projectors, they think, okay, I'm gonna have to calibrate it. Maybe if I calibrate it, or I'll just put it in a poorly lit ambient lit environment. I'll just do it that way, just to get the picture quality come up a little bit better. It doesn't make a difference. You're still gonna have a real crappy image. I'm sorry, but it's true. A lot of people don't want to admit that, but that's pretty much what you got. If you got a gray screen at home, this is pretty much what you're dealing with. It's just a bit of a taste of reality. That's what you're getting. I'll let you watch the rest of that demonstration so you can soak that in. And not to be rude here, but if any of the Crow boys would like to come on and pretty much give me some theories on how I can get better contrast right now on this projector with a 16,000 to 1. If you could show me how to get better contrast on a gray screen. As a matter of fact, what I'll do is I'll talk about how, and they get the point across, that how they defend their gray screens, that how they feel that you can still get the same black contrast levels as with a gray screen, as with a black screen. And first thing they'll say is maybe we get better color, we get better, brighter colors. We've done the demonstration, we did straight, flat colors of blue, of red. Well, we get better white levels. Well, white levels don't mean better color because it means your white levels are so high you have no contrast and your colors wash out. So there's a problem there with that. You don't have an equal balance. You can't pull contrast, as we can see. So I'm curious if any of you can come and explain to me right now, I'm inviting you in, how we can get this projector with a 16,000 to 1 contrast level to produce an image as dark as that black screen behind it. Open to your theories right now. I'm going to be quiet. I'm going to give you a minute to actually speak. Because since I asked for this demonstration and it wasn't done, I decided to do it for you. Oh, my package is here. Yeah! I'm still going to give you time to give me a theory. Now keep in mind, this is live. No smoke and mirrors. I don't have the ability, I can't snap the other hand. I don't have the ability to manipulate any, no reality, no space, no time, nothing. I'm inviting any crow boy to come in right now and explain to me how I can get a dark level, contrast level, that is equal to the 16,000 to 1 contrast I have on this Panasonic projector on a light gray screen. Now, I would suggest, before putting out your theory, that you rewind the video. Keep in mind, we did bright colors also to show the technology, our black technology's white levels, and bright, beautiful colors. But we're talking about contrast. I want to see you tell me how to produce contrast on this screen. Because as you can see, real quick, and I'm going to shut up, but as you can see, when we did the demonstration on the black technology, I showed you how beautiful the white levels are. We don't miss anything when it comes to white levels on our technology. It looks absolutely incredible. We can produce contrast too. You produce beautiful levels of color to a certain degree because your colors do wash out, but you can't produce contrast on any level. So I'm gonna give you time as I go get this package to give me your theory. Crow boys, the floor is yours. Speak. Okay, hold your peace. I'm waiting. Tell me how. Oh, yeah, it's here. Yeah, it's here, it's here, it's here, it's here. It's here, it's here, it's here, it's here, it's here, it's here. They're watching me dance over a package. What's in that package? Now, while I get my package ready and sanitize my area real quick, because I just touched the box, like I said, this is your time to speak. Explain to me how we can get that screen darker. Wash my hands. I'm just going to finish that box. Not one reply. Usually, you're all talk, but not one reply, because you can't. I proved my theory. Can't get wood out of a stone. It's impossible. You can't get contrast out of a gray screen. It's virtually impossible. That's all. Let's see what it really is supposed to look like. That's why. See the difference in my technology? I can pull white levels. Can't pull that. Like I said, the contrast levels. Whew. Got my projector behind me. I'm so happy. Well, now I can get the 585. They don't come till next week. But I got my freaking my retro projector, which I can't wait to have fun with this bad boy. We're gonna test. We're gonna have the retro projector on this screen right here. We'll set it up. 1000 lumen sharp projector. I haven't had a sharp projector in a while. Like I said, I said in my demonstration, I said it many times that no, a black screen white levels will never be able to match a white screen. Levels so high, we can blend in the gray screens on colors. But a gray screen can't produce contrast on any level whatsoever. They can't. Even when I showed you against the Platinum Eclipse, and like I said, that's the darkest gray screen we've ever developed. But I told you before, it's no match to go side by side to a black screen. It'll produce amazing contrasts, yes, but to go toe to toe to match a black screen, virtually impossible. It's black screen, and you're not going to get anything darker than black. So as you can see in this demonstration, I can show you beautiful white levels, skin tone, snow, the whole 9 yards. You're not going to miss a beat. I can show you contrast levels. You're not going to miss a beat. Gray screen, they can display beautiful bright colors. They can't display contrast. Let's see, we here. Color washes out. I don't know why you make the claim you make bright, beautiful pictures. You have bright, beautiful colors. You can't produce color. Remember when I went back and I showed you the white levels? There's a reason why I show you the white levels. And then I show you the reds and the blues and the greens. That shows you how fast the color fades. So you're seeing that right there on that flower. Look how fast that color fades. We'll take these off. No point, we already know the story behind these screens. They're not going to produce contrast, and I'll tell you they're not going to produce contrast because they have screens that are designed to produce darker contrast. That's what they have screens for. You had the Matinee Black by Seymour AV, which is a darker screen. It's designed for contrast levels. That's what it's designed for. The Dark Star 9 by Lee Screens is designed for contrast levels. All these screens right here have another version of itself that's darker for contrast levels. Those are the screens that cost more money. The lighter screens are a lot more cheaper. The white screens are even extremely more cheaper. They're bottom line screens. Just get a look at that right there. Now, when they turn the lights out, they get a better image. Well, we're not going to do much in here because we have a lot of ambient light in my environment. We'll have to go someplace even darker. Imagine, this isn't that much light in here. Right here, this is not that much light, and the image is still faded. And look how close the projector's sitting up on the screen. Look how barely the image looks. Now, if anybody feels that maybe from what I'm showing you from the mix that I just made here, I gave you the ingredients. They can make the exact same ingredients, do a side-by-side demonstration, and do a contrast demonstration. Do red colors, white colors, blue colors. Do the same thing. And I'll give you the ingredients again. As a matter of fact, I will post the ingredients, how we made this green paint. Very simple and plain. Again, you take a quart of white paint, 2 teaspoons of black paint, a teaspoon of silver paint, and some everyday hobby glitter. Silver, 1 teaspoon. And this is what you will get. That's what you get. All right, that's my projector over there. Woo! Gonna do that demonstration probably later on the day because I want to get inside that box and see what's inside of it. Oh man, see, I just did this demonstration. I can't do unboxing in the middle of this demonstration because this demonstration is about something different. I'll be off topic. Oh well, I'm just gonna have to wait until later on in the day because I'm not doing it right now because I got things to do, and I don't want to do a video after I just got finished doing a video. So I'm just gonna basically just wait. Probably around, I don't know, 8 o'clock I might be back on. If not, I'll do it tomorrow. So I'm going to do that demonstration against this screen. A retro projector against the screen over here. All right. I'm skedaddling out of here right now. I'm going to get some rest, get something to eat, watch a little TV, and just enjoy my day and get ready for Thursday. Because Thursday, I set up my projection canopy. Oh, man, it's going to be freaking amazing. I can't wait to set that up. I'm going to have to pick me up a kind of a spiral bendy neck kind of a stand so I can bend the camera back so you can see the display. Oh man, I can't wait. It's going to be so freaking cool. I should do like little layers so I can get like a little 3D effect off of it, but I'll figure out all stuff when I get ready. All right, let me get out of here real quick. I got to wipe everything down. I got to bleach everything down in this place because anytime I get a box through here. My lamp should be here pretty soon for my other projector, which eventually was shipped from overseas. And the person who had the ad said they were in the United States. So that thing just went through 3 countries to get here. So I'm not opening up that box in here. I'm going to be going outside with mask on and gloves and everything. I'm going to open it up outside. Yeah. All right. With that being said, I got to get out of here. Because I said I don't know the transfer rate. I'm not saying the countries are bad. I'm just saying I don't know the transfer rate on how many places it went through. And I got respiratory issues, so I have to be careful about everything. All right, gotta go. Thank you all for your time, and God bless.